Good morning. And a beautiful morning it is. Look at that sun. Look at that sun in Rochester, New York. Looks like a beautiful sunny day. Hope everyone is doing good and has a great day, has a great weekend. Yeah, it is. That's right. Thank you for tuning in, logging in. You see the title of the video, right? Having fun with it. At some point, we're gonna try to get. At some point, we're gonna try to get. Yeah, right on the channel here for an interview. Now, some of you are familiar with Yeah Right, with his work. Some of you may not be. Very good brother, supporter of the channel, supporter of my work. Very deep brother. And I won't get into that. You can check out, I'll put a link to his channel right here in the description below. But very, very deep brother, very much and very connected to the universe. And I'll leave it at that because I want you guys and girls to check out his channel for yourselves. But at some point, the plan is to get him on the channel for an interview about a very interesting video that he recorded yesterday afternoon downtown, right next to the Kodak World headquarters here in Rochester, New York. And by now, some of you have probably seen the video. It is a Rochester, New York police officer, specifically a traffic enforcement unit officer, in cruiser TEU 7. TEU obviously stands for Traffic Enforcement Unit. And he was basically displaying more of the double standard, above the law mentality that comes with the RPD badge. I want to thank the officer, and I want to thank the Rochester, New York Police Department. You see, when you've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, a second generation police accountability activist, my dad, Mario Vara, some of you know, was active in the 1980s here, long before YouTube, long before social media, long before smartphones, long before the internet is what it is today, right? And this is the kind of stuff that people that are passionate about this, and I'm not talking about these fly-by-night auditors, these people that do it for the money, these people that do it for the benefit or whatever you want to call it. I'm talking about people that have been dedicated to exposing the corruption, the misconduct, the abuse of power, the abuse of authority, the above the law mentality and entitlement that these police officers who take a sworn oath to uphold the law, to protect and serve the communities. Good morning, Dave. I'm talking about, the Rochester, New York. What's good, see Ernie? Around in the house, Henriette in the house. Let me get to the point here. The Rochester, New York Police Department makes it so easy sometimes. Their above the law mentality and complete disregard for, their roles, as have been entrusted with a certain level of power and authority. And time again, they abuse that authority. And they make it so easy because they do it so without giving a fuck. They do it so blatant. And then when a citizen calls them out on that above the law mentality, on that blatant and disgusting and disturbing disregard for their power, their authority, and their abuse of it, what do? They do exactly what this traffic enforcement unit officer did yesterday. They laugh at the citizens, they mock them, they try to ridicule the citizens, and this is exactly what this officer did. Now, the crazy thing is that there's people in this community who are still asleep. The sheep in the community, the cop apologists, the bootlickers, who will look at that video and see something completely different. They'll see no wrong. He was just grabbing lunch. It is that above the law, do as I say, not as I do, double standard mentality that most police officers carry every day. I want to thank the Rochester, New York Police Department. Dave said, I used to stick up for the police. I really can't anymore. Exactly. Because you're a smart man, Dave, because you're a good man, because you stand for morals, and you stand and you have ethics in your life, my friend. And you can recognize right from wrong. And a lot more people are waking up like you, my brother. A lot more every single day. And if I have just a little bit of a role in that, or if people like Yeah Right has any little bit of a role in that waking people up, then our job has been done. Then our mission has been accomplished, to educate and to inform folks. But unfortunately, there will always be those in our society who will apologize for everything that police officers do. That will never change. That will never change. But that's okay. I'm not trying to reach out to those. I'm trying to reach out to the other ones who perhaps are at a point where they can start to see and have an open mind. You know what? I didn't really used to like this guy, Davy V. I thought he was a fucking loudmouth. I thought he was a jerk. But man, more and more every day, I'm starting to see why people like Davy V and people like Yeah Right do what they do. We'll get Yeah Right on here soon. We're working on it right now. But in the meantime, I'll leave you with this. This kind of abuse of power, abuse of authority, doing things, police officers doing things that you or I would be ticketed for, these happen every single day. It's not a question of when or if they're going to happen. It's a question of when they do happen, will you be ready to record? It's a question of, as an American, do you just wave the big 30-foot American flags out of the back of your Ford pickup? Or do you truly believe in what that flag means? Do you truly support not only another person's rights, like the First Amendment protected right to record, but will you, as an American, take advantage of that right? And will you know what to do when you see these abusive powers? Will you know that you have a camera on you? Mostly all of us do. It's your cell phone. I encourage everyone to not only exercise your First Amendment protected right to record, but I encourage everyone to be ready when you see any type of these abuse of powers. I did what the officer did yesterday, ticket and probably told by that officer, laughed. Absolutely. Will you be ready when you see these abusive powers? Will you be ready when you see a cop who right in your face will laugh at you? And yet the Rochester, New York police chiefs, Ron Singletary and Mayor Lovely Warren, have the audacity to get in front of news cameras and say that their department is comprised and that their department consists of good, professional officers. Really? Officers who laugh at citizens? When your department, Chief Singletary and Mayor Warren, should be doing everything possible to gain the respect and the trust of the community, especially after one of your officers, Michael Sipple, racially profiled and beat a black man to the point where he fractured his face? And you call yourselves professional? Are you serious? When an officer can't even apologize to a citizen, but instead laughs at the citizen who is recording him and who captured his abuse of power and above the law mentality. By the way, the same that you would be ticketed for, like Dave said. Come in the city of Rochester and park your vehicle running, unattended, in a clearly marked and clearly posted no parking, no standing sign. And tell me how that works out for you. But when you're a Rochester police officer, you're above the law. You can uniform in a police cruiser, which the people of the city gave to you and entrusted you with, to do the right thing, to be a role model, to set an example. And that officer even said, you want to make something out of it, when he was clearly breaking the law. Absolutely. Now, he said, you have an issue with it? Have fun with that. So we're using the blatant disregard and lack of respect for authority, for the authority that the Rochester, New York Police Department has. We're having fun once again exposing a department which is corrupt, one of the dirtiest, most corrupt police departments in the country. We are having fun with it. We're having fun showing people and telling people, yes, see, this is what we're talking about. This is what we mean when we tell you that the Rochester, New York Police Department doesn't care. We are having fun with it. And thanks to folks like Yeah Right, who are out there and they're vigilant in the sense of they're capturing these things. They're not just looking at it and shaking their head. They're looking at it, shaking their head, and filming it. What it is that folks like us who are passionate about this, what it is that we've seen for decades. Yeah Right's only been doing it a short time. I've been doing this 25 years, and my dad before me was calling out police misconduct and corruption. He didn't hate cops. He had several friends in the Rochester Police Department. Good officers. Officers who are now older, who have told me, Davey, it is a new crowd. A lot of these new guys don't care. They have no respect for the badge. Seasoned, veteran, retired police officers, and even some veterans on the force now, and on the force of other police departments who watch this channel across the country and in other parts of the world. They know what I'm talking about. Some police officers scared to lose their jobs, they put up with this every day. They put up with officers like you guys and girls saw in that video. Officers who make it harder for them. Officers who make it actually harder and are counterproductive in the so-called goals that these police agencies supposedly have of earning the respect of the community. So we are having fun with it. And the Rochester, New York Police Department makes it so easy. My uncles, both RPD, had to retire. They couldn't take it anymore. Just the disrespect of the people are there to... Absolutely. Morning from the Duke. What's good? Thank you for tuning in, logging in. Again, we'll get Yeah Right on here real soon. Very smart, very connected brother as far as connected with the universe. Has some perspectives that I think some of you might find interesting, if not all of you. Good man, good brother, good family, good father, good husband. We'll get him on here real soon. He's like the next generation. He's younger than me, so he's not too young now. Yeah, right. Don't get too happy when you hear this. He ain't no spring chicken, but he's younger than me, and I look to him a lot as as the younger generation, you know what I mean, that you pass the baton to. And I got to tell you, I'll finish with this. I was proud of him yesterday. Because for years, decades, literally years, over the past 25 years, I've been telling people to document, to film, to record, to exercise your right to record. And some folks listen. Some have reached out to me and say, thank you, you've motivated me to be more aware of these things. But some don't. Some feel intimidated or they're just not interested. So I was proud when I saw that video. You the man, Dave. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate it, my man. Good morning. I was proud of him. And I am very proud of him. And I was proud because that video, he executed it perfectly from beginning to end. He knows I'm very outspoken. He knows I'm very blunt. He knows I hold nothing back. If there's anything, and I'm using this not to call right out, and I'm sure he'll understand this. I'm just keeping it 100, right? Keeping it real, like we say. The only thing I would have done, and I already spoke to him about this, is always, always get a name and badge. Good morning, bro. Keep you. Nice job. Thank you. Little hard to see the screen. The only thing right could have done differently, could have done better, is to get the officer's name and badge, or at least ask for it. Which, to be honest, given the officer's completely unprofessional conduct, the way he laughed at right and said you have an issue with it, have fun with that. Given his behavior and given this Rochester, New York police officer's unprofessional conduct and behavior, I don't think he would have given the name to right. But that's okay. It would have made it even better because they make it so easy. So always, that is the only thing I would have changed about the video. Other than that, right did a perfect job on it from beginning to end. Perfect. Perfect. The only thing I would have added is always, always, always ask for a name and a badge number. Always. Other than that, very proud of you, my brother. Very proud. Everyone have a great Friday and have a great weekend.